Welcome to the firm Optimist conversation. I am Micheline Corr, and today I'm talking to two experts about how to look good going back to work. As hotels and restaurants reopen, we will be going back in front of our customers and colleagues into front of house operations without the benefit, perhaps, of getting to the hair salon, and we're probably going to need to restock the makeup bag. Is an award-winning makeup artist, and in normal times, Aoife, you know, I would never put myself in front of a camera or go to a big event without having you do my makeup. And here to share tips on how to keep our locks looking good after lockdown, I'm delighted to welcome Jake Ryan, Creative Director of Preen Hair Salon. Hello, Aoife. It's so lovely to see you. How are you keeping yourself busy?
Hi, Micheline. I'm trying my best. We're getting there. We're nearly there, which is great. But I've learned so much about the beauty industry that I can take online. So I've been doing loads of tutorials through Zoom, so kind of reinventing people's makeup bags. So it's a great learning experience. There's a lot of people coming to me that have had skin problems for years and just never had the confidence to go into a makeup counter and chat to somebody about it. So a lot of people feel a lot more confident, you know, having a consultation through email and then just having a chat through Zoom. So they've been kind of filling my days as such. And just upskilling in my own area, looking at new makeup tutorials, reinventing myself, kind of looking a little bit more into my kit. What can I, you know, how can I make myself better, I suppose. So at least we've had the time, to, you know, kind of take a little step back and, you know, enjoy the small things, as they say.
Absolutely. And that includes banana bread and cycling. I believe
Banana
that's what you're
bread.
up to.
Absolutely. Banana bread, fitness, like you name it. I've done the entire COVID list. So I'm ready to go back to work.
Aoife.
Yeah.
Jake, fantastic to see you. Thank you so much for
Thanks
coming
for having me,
on.
Micheline.
It's lovely to see your face. How's
You
everybody
too.
in Preen? How's Catherine and
They're all
Brian?
good. They're all good. They're dying to get back to work now at this stage. But no, they're all really good. All doing their own things as well.
Absolutely. It must have been very difficult to go from the pace of the salon to being at home all the time. What have you got to? Have you got some habits in your day?
Well, I started doing wigs for people. My best friend is a drag queen, so I started basically cutting wigs and styling them into completely different restyles. So has been keeping me busy. I also started learning new things online, doing tutorials myself, and basically listening to loads of podcasts of people who inspire me to get myself inspired in life again, if you know what I mean. I just think we've had the time now to sit down and think what makes us happy and where do we want to go in our journey in life. And then you can actually put these things into play, if you know what I mean. When we get back to work, we can actually start putting these things into place.
Will Preen reopen? What's
There's not an exact date yet. First, it was supposed to be the 20th of July. Then earlier in the week, an article came out in the Times saying that it was going to be the 29th of this month, but nothing is actually still confirmed. We all do think that it's definitely going to be brought forward from the 20th of July, but at the moment, it's still very unclear, Micheline.
like the Rapunzel of movement? And my mother told me to cut my fringe before today's filming, so I hope she likes it. Will there be a time limit on appointments, Jake, when we get back into the salon? Will we be able to get the big jobs done in one appointment?
Basically, you won't they're still going to be able to designate time for what's needed. So once you're clear when you have been rang for your appointment, what you have done to your hair or what you need done, so they will still designate the exact time that you need.
Oh, that's good news. And that's interesting that you're going to contact your customers directly. You're not operating a waiting list at the moment. Is that right?
At the moment, but we will start a waiting list. But when we do start a waiting list, we'll also be contacting people that were booked in already. And we will also be contacting first the most regular clients and people who are really in the salon a lot, just to make sure that they're all looked after and then feed off everyone else as well, you know? because essentially we do need to get everybody in, and there's going to be a long list.
Does that mean, Jake, that there'll be longer opening hours, with social distancing and less stylists in the salon at any one time?
Well,
Are you looking at extending?
I can't speak for every salon, but I know Preen, we are going to be extending our hours. We're probably going to be working 12-hour days and be working within 2 teams of people and basically rotating each team. One team will do half the day, another team will do another half the day. Maybe one team will do a 12-hour day one of the days. It's not official yet, but that's probably how it's going to work.
And just staying on the salon, I think similar to restaurants and hotels, you have quite a difficult job reducing touch points and increasing sanitation levels. What changes can we expect?
Well, I don't know if you were in the salon just before this happened, but we were very on top of cleaning as it was. And it does feel very intense when you're there because you see us going around cleaning everything all of the time. But essentially, that's what we're going to be doing. Everything, once a client has touched something once or we've touched something once, it needs to be sterilized. We'll have 2 different sets of brushes. So when you're with one client, that's your brushes. Then if you're on to your next client, you use them while your other ones are being sterilized. And one-use gowns, one-use towels. Basically, everything just needs to be flawless all of the time.
So it's going to be single-use towels.
Single-use towels and gowns.
Yeah, I saw another city centre salon, who I won't mention, propose to charge customers for the PPE that they will be wearing themselves, and that if you want the staff member to wear PPE, you pay for that also. Is there regulation there that we will need to wear PPE, or is it a choice?
There's nothing exactly in stone yet whether we will actually have to wear a lot of PPE or not. So people, I'd say, are asking these questions just to make sure that they're covered. If they do have to pay a lot of money for PPE, will there be some help there to help pay for the PPE at the extra cost? But it's still not all set in stone.
Aoife, in your business, what kind of PPE sanitation are you looking at?
So in the makeup industry, we were already extremely hygienic, like a lot of the industries, but we just have to take the extra mile now. I mean, in regards to masks, again, it is going to be whether the client wants to wear one or not. Like if you are having makeup done, obviously you can't have a mask on when someone is trying to, but I will probably wear the mask. I probably won't wear the visor because I would be hitting off the client's face. So my job is a little bit different because I'm actually really, really face to face. But for what I've invested in is a lot of sprays. So like there's particularly ones where, like say when you dip your brush into a bronzer and you reapply. So there's sprays for that now so that there's never any kind of product going back onto skin. Alcohol is amazing at killing germs and viruses, and everything is going to be scraped completely out of pots, like disposables. It's basically, we're just taking our game up a little bit further. And also, with the PPE, you are going to have to add in a small cost because it's costing us a fortune to clean. But I don't think that clients are going to mind that if they know that you're being clean. So I'm positive about the move forward because, I think if you're coming to get your makeup done and it's completely sanitary, then you just feel so much better,
Absolutely. And there was some conversation at one stage, Jake, about blow drying. Are we going to be having a blow dry? Is it on offer?
I personally think you will be getting the blow dry. I couldn't see myself doing someone's hair and not blow drying it, if I'm honest. A lot of people were worried that the air would blow around germs and stuff like this, but essentially you shouldn't be sitting in the chair if you feel like you're unwell anyway. But I don't think that was just speculation. People still didn't know enough about the virus, No, we need our blow dries.
We absolutely do. I noticed as well, Jake, on the Preen Facebook, that you were encouraging clients to send in pictures of their roots. And I am so very sorry, Susie, but I couldn't bear it. And I did a little home colour job, which was fairly messy, let me tell you. But how, Jake, can we nourish our home colored hair or non-colored hair as it's fading out until we get to the next appointment. Do you have any advice for us to come back to you in better shape than we might be at the moment?
My biggest advice would be stop washing your hair as much as you used to, and to use treatments a lot. Even if you wanted to use a natural treatments like shea butter. Shea butter is hugely moisturizing to your hair, and will also, if your hair is moisturized, it will keep the color for longer as well. And using less heat because as we use heat on our hair, it actually is taking the color out of our hair, making it fade. So if you just stop washing your hair, stop using heat, and treat it less off, excuse me, as often as you can, your color will be perfect and your hair will feel amazing, and you'll be in great shape to go into a salon.
I'll definitely take up the shea tip there. It's a shea cream,
Shea butter. Shea butter.
Oh, butter. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just it's a natural form. And a lot of people have shea butter for their body. You can actually put it in your hair.
Amazing.
Let's all do that. I've also heard from some lovely blondes. So hi, Neve in Ranelagh, and they are struggling with their highlights growing out. So do you think that after this experience, Jake, and I'm curious to know that, you know, we haven't been able to get to the salon for months. So do you think clients will switch to lower maintenance color and lower maintenance haircuts?
I kind of feel like in the hairdressing industry, a lot of blondes were going towards that more natural route anyway. People don't want to be in the salon every 8 to 10 weeks now getting their roots done. So I do think it's something that will be going forward. And if people are going back to a salon thinking they had a full blonde route and that they're going to go back into the salon after 4 to 5 months and be able to get that straight away, it's what wouldn't be achievable, because you basically need to build up the color in the hair again. So I do think a lot of people will go to more of a natural, softer regrowth.
Great. Aoife, you're a bridal specialist, and I imagine it's a very sad time for your lovely brides as they postpone and delay their celebrations. Are you in touch with many, and what are they doing? Are they postponing to next year? What's it looking like in the bridal industry?
So I really feel for my brides. They are brokenhearted, but you know, what's good is I'm trying to keep the inspo up on my page. So you know, anyone that got married last year putting their ideas up, like their makeup, and that's keeping them going, giving them little ideas of inspiration, dresses, things like that. So once I keep the inspiration going on my own kind of page, it keeps them chatting with me. A lot of them have changed. They changed their dates to October, November, December this year. And it's looking extremely busy in July next year. I don't know what it is about July next year, but it's crazy. But 2021 is going to be completely positive. I mean, the weddings that have been changed are going to be phenomenal because people are really waiting for them. I think as well, there's going to be a lot more Dublin weddings, you know, like getting married in City Hall, maybe like having drinks in Hogan's after. Trends are kind of changing. I think there's obviously a lot of people now that are just like, you know what, why don't we just do the small wedding, have a couple of friends, things like that. But yeah, I mean, it's quite daunting. I can't even imagine, you know, having your wedding changed, because that's a whole other year. Then you have to plan and arrange and people getting flights. But I think hotels have been amazing. Like venues have been so good. They're literally just, you know, pushing out the dates left, right and center. So the staff are going to be extremely under pressure next year. But I think everybody will be so glad to get back and be busy and work, you know.
Aoife, you mentioned your Instagram page there, or your Instagram,
Yeah.
and they always cheer me up. Thanks so much. I think it's a great way of keeping in contact with your customers and sharing your knowledge. You know, you're putting out some really good tips and tricks and keeping us informed and connected with you. And I've spoken about this a number of times, that at the moment, I think we and not sell to our customers. Do you think that beauty influencers are going to do better or worse post-COVID? I mean, there's a lot out there. What's your view on that?
So I would have initially thought that they would be doing well because apparently, like, you know, we are buying things every 5 seconds online. I know myself, you know, you're just constantly scrolling when you're in the house. Oh, I need that hair product. I need that skin product. But I don't know whether, you know, people aren't tanning anymore because where are you going with your fake tan? So the influencers kind of, I don't know whether there's going to be a movement back to personal pages. There's a lot of new pages on Instagram as well. I think a lot of people like the rawness of, I would actually, you know, do things like show my eczema and explain like, you know, this is real, this is what you need. And that would kind of get me a lot of interaction. I think people like a lot of real pages and stuff like that. Then I think gone are the days now where we're looking at filtered photos and feeling, I want to look like that. It's just not, you know, real, as they say. But yeah, I don't know where the influencers are going to go. I mean, there's some amazing influencers out there in regards to fitness, skin, body. So I'm all about any influencer that has, you know, positive information and is full of knowledge. I love people who sit down and talk about kind of manifesting their goals, or just even cooking and things like that. I mean, we've all learned so much from so many influencers online. But yeah, anybody that's educational, I'm all for it.
Great. And we are spending time in front of the screen. We are communicating on these platforms. So how, Aoife, can we look good on a video call? Are there any changes that we can make to our regular makeup? I mean, I screen sometimes I look a bit blurry. So I keep my lipstick behind my laptop for any, you know, kind of spontaneous calls. But I'd really love to know what you think about what we can do to look better on video calls.
Yeah, so I mean, there's so many new products that everybody has found through COVID life. So we don't need heavy foundations anymore. We need to think more kind of healthy, glowy products. Obviously not too much shine, but more of a tinted moisturizer, little bit of bronzer and blusher. You have to kind of think that the camera drowns out so much of your color. So I know, Micheline, you love my Bare Minerals Rescue Complexion Tint.
Aoife, I love it so much. I have it right here. I adore it.
Here's one I made earlier. This is the godsend. Like, I swear to God, I think it sells out every time anybody mentions it. It sells out. So it's a tint that it's like a veil of kind of like a glowy, bronzy tint for your skin, but it gives a little bit of coverage as well. So it's going to cover your redness, and it's going to do the job for your Zoom and your quick meetings, like even running to the shops when you don't want to have nothing on your face. It's a fantastic product. It also has SPF 30 in it as well, so ideal for the summer. And it's not too glowy. Do you know the way some of those products are just too shiny? Other things, I am so like supportive of any Irish business, especially now. So Amy Connolly has her range from Sculpted by Amy. She does fantastic mineral foundations that are really good for your skin. So if you do want to wear foundation, you're not blocking your pores. And my absolute godsend will always be my Charlotte Tilbury. So Charlotte Tilbury do these little palettes that are designed for woman on the run, but now woman on Zoom. So you've got your blusher, bronzer, eyeshadow, highlighter, everything in it. So even if you just kept that and your lipstick beside your Zoom meeting, and you were, you know, bottom half in pajamas, once the top half is done, sure, you're golden, you know.
Literally.
and to you, Jake, what can we do with our hair on Zoom? You know, what looks good on a Zoom call, our video call?
I think everyone has their own preference, whether they like the hair off their face or down. So, and it also depends on whether people are trying to hide gray hair or whether it's just a natural blonde root or something like that. For people that wear their hair down, if they have a little bit of gray, I always say to do a zigzag pattern, because once you do a zigzag, it takes the focus off that harsh line, and it actually then gives you a bit of volume. So the root lifts up and then you don't see the gray. Another great one is hairbands. Hairbands, and also, you know, the ties you can actually scoop up your whole hair and tie it at the top. Then you can't actually see anything. You just take out a little piece of hair at the front so it still looks nice and soft.
I've noticed actually a lot of ladies wearing hairbands on video calls, Jake. What do you think of hair accessories?
That means you don't have to wash your hair.
Oh, I don't know, guys. Is the scrunchie going to make a comeback? I can't bear it.
I always think, like, when in doubt, just wash your hair. You know, just wash it. It's always going to look better when you wash it, isn't it?
Give you a lift.
Yeah, you just feel it.
And let's talk about men for a minute. So they're all on the Zoom calls, and Aoife, should they be contouring and highlighting and perhaps wearing a little coverage?
So, Micheline, I've tried this so many times on when I've done corporate shoots, and, you know, God love them, they come in and say, your woman sent me in here to get a bit of bronzer. Do I need it? So I am I always think, like, say, like what Jake is wearing there, he's wearing white. So he immediately looks nice and warm in the skin tone. So things like, you know, wear a lighter color so you don't look so pasty. There is products, if somebody did want to go down that road, there's a product from MAC called Face and Body. And this was designed for people who want to calm down redness. So particularly if men play golf, you'll get a lot of redness around the ears, redness around the jawline. This is not going to give you coverage. It's just going to take down the redness in your skin. So there is products out there if you do want to go down that road. Otherwise, you know, you can always grab a bit of bronzer, a bit of concealer, and pop it on. But I feel like I don't want to put men under pressure. So I think, you know, wear something lighter. You know, don't always go for black if you're feeling like you look a little bit paler in the face. We haven't been on holidays. I think lighter clothes, you know, look after your hair and moisturize. That's the only main thing. Oh my God, moisturize, less lines, more glow.
Good advice for the men. Get out the moisturizer.
Get the moisturizer out.
Clippers, I believe, are in very short supply. How about these chaps? What can they do in terms of grooming before they go back to work?
It's hard to say because you don't know the skill level of anyone with a razor in their hand themselves. You know that way. I personally, in lockdown, have cut my hair myself twice, and like, I know what I'm doing, and it's still not that easy. You know, you can't see the back of your head. You're like this. I would generally tell people to give it to their friend or their wife and actually just go onto YouTube and follow a video. It's the best way. You're not going to go wrong. They're going to go through step by step. Or if you don't want to do that, literally wet the hair down, comb it down, and just cut around the ears and tidy up around the neck with your face razor even.
Very good advice to the men out there. Let us cut your hair for you. Jake, I've actually run out of my lovely Kevin Murphy products. I've been eking them out over lockdown. And as soon as you reopen, I'll be back in to replenish. But in the meantime, are there any brands that you'd recommend for, in general, that we can access in the local pharmacy or in our supermarkets?
Yeah, of course. Now, Kevin Murphy do have their own website that you can order from and it will deliver. But if you are going to Tesco or anywhere like that, I think if you're in Tesco, you still need to go for the most expensive shampoo that's there or the most expensive conditioner, because basically why it's more expensive is because you're paying for the quality of the product in it. So you're not going to build up of product on your hair. There's L'Oreal Elvive, I would say, is probably the best Tesco supermarket shampoo. But then in Boots, you can go into Boots and you can get really good shampoo and conditioner, to be honest. Now, the price range in Boots, still for a good shampoo, it's about €10. €10 for me, I don't think is nothing to invest in your hair. If you invest in your skin, you should invest in your hair the exact same way if you want to look after it and nourish it. And
talking about investing in your, talking about investing in your hair and your skin, Aoife, on the no makeup days, what can we do to nourish our skin, our lips, our lashes? Any tips for us on the no makeup day?
Yeah, so I love a no makeup day, and I love all the old school kind of things. Like, people are always so shocked when I say Vaseline for your lashes and brows. Unbelievable. I've had like ladies that come to me and they've had very little lashes and they start using Vaseline around their lashes. The lashes start to grow back. Um, Things like Number 7 in Boots do a fantastic range, and their cleansers and masks and things are about 10-15 euros. If you invest in a good cleanser, your skin gets better. A lot of people use those kind of micellar waters and wipes. They are like killer on your skin. They literally leave a residue of alcohol behind. So if I could say one thing is just get a really nice, they do a Number 7 hot cloth cleanser, it's called. Stunning. Like, your skin is glowing the next day. And again, obviously Bobbi Brown is a little bit more expensive, but when I buy my Bobbi Brown products, they last like 6 to 12 months. So in hindsight, if you're buying a moisturizer or anything for 50 quid, you're getting serious value out of it. You know, baths in Epsom salts. Epsom salts are amazing. You can get a huge big tub of them for like 13 euro. They're full of magnesium. They will give you a really glowy kind of skin. I mean, I could go on. Anything natural. Tea bags underneath the eyes. Oh my God, amazing for bags. Like, listen to your grannies. Your grannies have the best advice.
So we need to get shea butter, tea bags. What was the other one? Epsom salts. Absolutely.
Epsom salt.
Amazing. Oh yeah, and another one that's great as well is a bit of lavender. So if you feel like you're not sleeping at night, sleep for beauty is key. You will always look better if you sleep better. If you pop a little bit of lavender on your pillow, I swear to God, you literally just go into this absolutely lovely sleep and you wake up 8 to 10 hours later. It's fab. So more sleep means your skin will look better and your eyes will look a little bit brighter.
It's great to talk about what to do, but I've had a great question in for both of you. This is for both of you from Edel. Hi, Edel. While we're at home, there's a big surge in people watching DIY tutorials, and we touched on that briefly on YouTube and Insta. Do you, first of all, Aoife, have any tips about what not to do?
Sorry, what not to do on YouTube when...
What not to do at home when you're looking at something DIY.
Oh, DIY. Okay, yeah. So when it comes to your eyebrows, I would literally just use a tiny little bit of a pluck around here. Don't go too hell for leather on anything you're not sure about. Do you mean like if you're looking at DIY kind of beauty things to do at home?
Beauty things. Beauty, make it yourself.
Yeah. I mean, like, face masks are great. Body scrubs are great. Like Jake, you know, I would say do not go near bleach for your hair. Don't bleach any facial hair. There's so many things on the market that just remind me of my childhood, like, you know, all those Veet hair removal things. Oh God, like they just bring... I mean, I can't even... The smell of cucumber now, I'm just like, Veet. Oh God. So you know what, just wait it out. We're nearly there. The only things you need to really be doing at home is really moisturizing and like that. Be kind of using your petroleum jelly in your brows or your lashes, but stay away from all types of hair removal that are dangerous.
We will. Jake, anything we shouldn't be doing with our hair?
I would say don't do anything to your hair. No, if you're going to do something DIY that you've seen with your hair, whether it's a mask or something like that, it's perfectly fine to go ahead when you're using things out of your kitchen that are natural. But when you go onto YouTube and then you see these hair cutting videos where they do their ponytails and things like that, you can cut that and it will still be off. It won't be right. You'll have hair that's up here, one down here, you'll turn it around and it'll be lines, if you know what I mean. You're best off just leaving your hair alone if you can. But I do recommend treatments for your hair that you can do with natural products, definitely.
Brilliant. And you mentioned their masks. Okay. So I have 3 masks here and I'd love to get any tips because we're going to be wearing these, and how can we just maybe adapt our makeup or hair to look really good? Okay. So this is the first mask. This one is from Amazon. And I'm just going to put it on, which is actually quite tricky because I've got earplugs in as well. So here we go. I'm using it correctly. Okay, if you can still hear me, Aoife, what should I do with my makeup while I'm wearing this warm, uncomfortable mask?
Okay, so first of all, get rid of the heavy foundations. We need to go way lighter, water-based things like that face and body I was showing you, or your tinted moisturizing lotion. And we need to bring back a bit of powder. So in the last couple of years, we've seen a trend where we're getting rid of powder. But powder actually will help any kind of liquid stay on. So if you're putting a mask over it, you need something to hold it a little bit more. Less glow, less highlighter, less anything that's going to get dewy behind the mask. Just keep it really light. And try and focus on your eyes. So now is the time to really play up on mascara and brows. Lash on your mascara. I always love the likes of the Maybelline mascaras are great. They never really smudge. Alison Smith does this one. It's called Dreamweave as well, which doesn't smudge either. So you want to look out for mascaras that will brush through the lashes and not be too heavy. And I think really just focus more on, you can focus more on accessories now and stuff as well. Like if you're putting your hair back in a bun, could you have a nice earring on instead? So maybe don't focus so much on the redness around your skin anymore if you're going to be wearing a mask all day. I mean, it's great for days where we just wake up and we're not going to feel great. Just put the mask on, pair of earrings in, and you'll be grand.
And there's many different kinds of masks. So this one is probably what we're going to be using in the hospitality industry. So Jake, how are we going to manage our hair? Like, look, I've got a fringe. It's all very uncomfortable. Here we go. And how can we look a bit better than this?
Well, perhaps? I think you look great.
You're very kind.
I think the best thing to do is to try and keep most of your hair off your face, because even if you look at you now, it just looks like there's a lot there.
Oh, right. So if I had more of a ponytail,
but also to let the air at you, because when you're wearing these things, all you feel is the hotness of your own breath coming out. If you know.
Yes. You
do need to feel the air on your shoulders and necks to keep you from being too overheated, basically.
Yes, they are quite warm. And
if you're wearing your hair up, you probably need to do it a bit higher so that it's not in the way of the band coming around.
Okay, so put it up a little bit
really
higher.
Low or really high. Not in the middle. You couldn't go in the middle. It wouldn't sit on your head.
I'd be careful with lipstick with those as well. So I actually noticed with my dentist, she must have been wearing lipstick. It was literally all over the mask. And it was like, because the lipstick is going to flood with the moisture that's on your face. So me and Micheline are a fan of a good lip. So I think what we're going to have to do really is a bit of lip liner and a bit of lip balm, because just be careful of everything that's around the front of your face again.
Okay, so with this kind of mask, Aoife, there's a lot of heat generated.
Yeah.
I've had a lovely comment in from Irene and Bray. Hi, Irene, great. Thanks very much for getting in touch. And this is about people wearing glasses, and she's got a fantastic tip to stop your breath, again, fogging up your glasses when you're wearing a mask, is to put a little bit of soap and then to buff it in and create a barrier so that we have nice clear glasses and we can see the world clearly.
Very good.
Good idea, isn't it? And just on the lashes, again, Aoife, you do a lash treatment that I imagine will help us look better wearing masks, bright eyes.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
It's called lash lifting. So what it is it's when it's almost like an old school perm, but it's to lift the lash at the root. So it makes the eyelashes that turn down stand up. So when you wake up in the morning, your lash is already up. So you can imagine the eye shape is a lot more rounder and brighter. And then when you put a little bit of your mascara on, it elongates the lashes so they go huge. So my waiting list, I have never seen so many people wanting this done. It's just insane, because even if you're not going anywhere, we've nowhere to go for, a long time. The weddings and stuff aren't back yet. You still want to wake up and feel better. So the lash lifting treatment is amazing. It takes about an hour to do, and it will last you up to 8 weeks. So it's especially really good for anyone that feels like with age, we all our brow bone can drop here. So what the lash lifting will do is just almost create an illusion that it's lifting up the top part of the face. So that's a fantastic treatment to have going forward.
One of the things I love about you, Aoife, is that you have no particular brand loyalty. You're not an ambassador for any particular brand. So whether it's Bobbi Brown or LA Girl or Pennies, you have your spendy products, and you're really a fantastic lady to put us in touch with the cheaper brands that are very effective. So I'm just wondering what's on your makeup table or in your skincare regime that you simply have not been able to live without during lockdown. You know, the thing that you've been ordering online.
Yes. So like, I mean, my usual, as we spoke about the, bare minerals, I need like 2 or 3 of these on my desk, because if I run out of that, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I do love my Bobbi Brown, I have to say. So it's called the Freshwater Cream, and it's a primer as well and a moisturizer. So going back into working all day, you want your makeup to stay on. The hydrating fresh cream or the vitamin face base is amazing. They are powerful, powerful products. And again, like, the lipsticks from MAC, I know we are both a fan of the likes of Brave. Everybody's always like, what lipstick?
Got my Brave.
Yes. So Brave is that color that's not nude, not red, not rosy. It's that, work color. It takes you from day into night. I have another product called the Eye Cheat from Charlotte Tilbury. So this basically will take redness away from the inside of the eye. So if you're somebody that doesn't like darkness underneath the eye, this is a nude liner that will make the eyes look bigger as well. And what other bits have I got? I suppose really, I like this one as well, the Bare Minerals Concealer. This is fabulous because this has a serum in it. So if anybody's feeling really puffy and puffy underneath the eyes, this one is fabulous because it's going to treat underneath the eyes as well as cover. So with both of these products, your Bare Minerals, they are really good for the skin. They treat the skin as you're wearing them. So you can get up in the morning in your pajamas and you mightn't be going anywhere. You can put these on and feel good because it's not blocking the pores. So they're definitely my go-tos.
Fantastic. And hopefully we will be going out soon and we will be getting glammed up.
Hopefully.
And we will be popping into Preen for a blow dry and to Aoife's new makeup studio to get the glam on. I can't wait for it.
To bounce down the road again.
Yeah.
It's going to be... Yeah, absolutely. And, we prepare people for interviews, and normally I would say, go treat yourself to something nice, a nice or something to build your confidence. And at the moment, that's not possible. Jake, how should people present themselves for interview hair-wise?
Again, it's up to how they like to present themselves. I do think you can definitely achieve a salon blow dry look at home. It just takes a little bit more time and just a little bit of knowledge of how to go about it. And I always just say to break things down into 3 sections: your lower half, the middle, and the top. And if you start off at the back and work your way forward, always. And if you just got a round brush, worked it through, and really got the bounce into the hair, and then when you're finished and you run your hands through it, you're going to feel like you have that salon bounce in your hair for your interview, and you'll look good and feel good. You know that way?
Fantastic. Can I thank you both for coming on the Firm Optimist conversation? Our audience has been really excited building up to this event and I know that you've given us, and as always, Aoife, I've had to take notes and I have a couple of things now that are a must buy. Thank you, Jake. I'm looking forward to seeing you on Dame Street very soon, and you can be contacted at Preen. Fantastic.
Thank you.
And Aoife, how can our viewers contact you?
So my Instagram, you can find me at Aoife Crossan Makeup, or you can give me a Facebook on the same connection as well, or you can get me at aoifecrossan@gmail.com.
Well, thank you both, and until next time, it's bye from the kitchen table.
Thanks so much.